Hello everyone, welcome to your Pick a Card reading. Today I am going to be doing a pick a card for the first time. I usually will have a one-on-one or a group session, and then I only do collective readings for myself personally. So this is the first time that I'm doing a pick a card reading, so be kind, please be kind. I might pause in some moments just because I'm not a great talker. And yeah, so let's get into it. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. What I've done is I have organized them based on the deck that I picked from first, and going backwards, forwards, whatever you want to call it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the cards from each deck in line, and then we're going to go through them and we're going to see what the message is for you. And these so yeah, I'm going to cut away right now so that you can take your time, kind of sink in. Remember, 1, 2, 3. And again, please make sure that you are not overthinking this. Just take your time, and you don't have to make the quote unquote right choice. I believe that if you are truly following your intuition, if you are listening to the universe, then the card or the pile will find you. And so don't worry about that. All right, so let's get into it. Pile number 1. Let's see what Spirit wants you to hear right now. All right. So we have the 2 of Cups. Ooh, we have the Lover's card right next to it. Okay. The 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, and then we have the Moon reversed. Okay. So immediately what caught my eye was the Moon reversed. This to me tells me that there's a lot of frustration or confusion right now, and there's some fear that needs to be let go. What the 2 of Cups and the Lover's card say to me is that I think it's very interesting that you did get them side by side, group number 1, because these 2 cards are all about harmony, duality, union, things like that. And people usually, when it comes to the Lover's card, they want to jump into, oh, it's about relationships. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. I personally always see the Lover's cards as like choices and decisions that you have to make. And so so this could be about a partnership, it could be about a relationship, or specifically a new relationship that you're trying to build. And this can be platonic, this can be romantic, it doesn't matter. But this could be about a relationship, but it could also be about decisions. I keep hearing like choices, ideas, choices. And so I think this is what this is talking about. And then you also got the 9 of Swords, which I think goes together very well with the Moon in reverse, because the 9 of Swords, it's all about this feeling of anxiety and fear. And so I said it goes very well, but I do need to ask, are you guys okay? Like, are you guys fine? But it does, it is, this woman who is looking into her hand, and she's kind of somber. And so that's the feeling that I'm getting from you, is that there's a lot of anxiety around either this decision or this relationship, friendship, whatever you want to call it. All right. And then, oh no, so there's the 10 of Swords as well. So, the 10 of Swords really indicates to you feeling defeated. I feel like in the past you've you've tried to make these big decisions. You've tried to steer your life in a certain direction, and you've just been kind of bogged down every single time. And so that's what this card is telling me, especially because if you look at the imagery of this card, it's a man on the ground with 10 swords in his back. And so this could also mean you've been betrayed in the past. So if this relates back to a relationship, a partnership, a friendship, then in the past you've really tried to commit to a certain relationship, and it has backfired and you've been betrayed before. And so that could indicate back to the anxiety that you're feeling around that relationship or that friendship or whatever's going on over here. Okay, what the what the Three of Wands says to me is that if you are trying to nurture a new relationship, if you are in the stages of trying to bloom a friendship and you're feeling a bit of doubt, this is definitely saying you need to get out of your comfort zone and just let it be and let things happen. Don't feel like you need to be restricted, and give yourself to that situation if that is what you want. Obviously have your reservations, like don't just let everything hang out. Have some control over where you're at, but what this is saying to me is that you have anxiety around this situation, and the only way to stop having that anxiety or having that fear is to let go a little bit and look beyond, expand your mindset and look beyond what you what you felt in the past. Okay, so that is what this is saying to me. If this is about a decision, if you're part of the group where you're thinking of making some big decisions and you're feeling very anxious about that, this is saying, again, get out of your comfort zone. Have a strategy. Be very solid in your plan before you go ahead and make it. But at the end of the day, it needs to be made. Okay? It needs to be made. And yeah. I think that's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, I think we can definitely move on to the next cards. What do you think? All right. So, okay. Let's just see what. So this is Two of Wands, the Well. Okay. Let's just move these up a little bit so that you can see the rest of them. Okay, the Well, Death, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands. Okay, so the Two of Wands, let's start with that. Again, leaning back. Okay, so I feel like I was totally right about the decisions thing, because the Two of Wands is all about planning. Okay, it's also about discovery, about decisions. So you are going to have to make that leap, that jump, whatever you need to do to get there. Okay, and then the Well is kind of source energy is what this card usually gives me. Is and when you're feeling a bit of stagnation, when you're feeling like everything's crumbling around it, when you feel like, sorry, 1 2 3, when you are feeling like things are crumbling around you, always go back to source. Grounding yourself, figuring out who am I and what helps me feel motivated. What can I turn to be able to make the right decision for me? All right. Everyone gets scared about the Death card if they don't know about tarot really well. And the Death card is a really cool card to me because it represents endings and the end of things. And so it also represents change. And so I think that decision, whatever decision that you need to make, that you know you need to make, is going to happen. And what it's going to do is it's going to present a new opportunity after you have made the decision. Okay, so once you've made the decision, just make sure that you're not making a rash decision, that you're actually trying to think through the decision before you make it. Okay, and then the Page of Wands is all about like looking forward, exploring. Again, I think it's that Two of Wands energy of discovery. You're gonna learn a lot of things once you step into that decision and you're not stuck between these different forces. Okay, and it seems like it seems like you're stuck between two forces, but it could be more. Okay, then the Page of Wands is also relating to creativity, and so it could be a creative choice that you need to make, that you're going to learn a lot from once you make it. Okay, then we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is great because it's very, it indicates that you're someone who is very like straightforward. You're the type of person who absolutely abhors being lied to, because you're just the type of person who says it how it is. Okay, and you don't understand why other people are not like this. It also is a card that's like really assuring, and I think what it's saying is that it's assuring, and you're validated in that when you make that decision, once you understand the pros and cons, once you've weighed your options, that you will find that movement forward. Okay, that movement, you're gonna gain whatever confidence you need to be okay with whatever decision you make. Okay. I think we can move on. So I just have to check if you guys would be able to see the cards, because I don't have a big fancy table. Okay, I just have my normal table, and it's not very big, but we're gonna try. Okay, it's time to take action. Okay, you see? So it's time to take action. Remember, you need to make that decision. You cannot be avoiding it. It's not gonna go away. Okay, it's not gonna go away, but I do think you do need some planning though. I do think that you need to refer to the Two of Wands and, the Three of Wands as well. Where did I put the Three of Wands? Okay, yeah. See, the Three of Wands as well is that you need to make the decision, but don't make a rash decision. But do take action. Do something. Okay? Don't rush into it. Do something. Make that decision. All right? And then you have the balsamic moon. It says a time for healing. So the balsamic moon, I feel like it represents like the feeling of letting go, but again, it's also about patience. Okay, patience. Stop pretending like everything is fine. It's not fine, and that's okay. That's totally okay. It's okay if you feel like you have 10 swords in your bag. It's okay if you feel like disappointed. It's okay if you're doubting the person that you're with right now or the friend that you have right now. That's fine. What you need to do is now move past it. Acknowledge it and start the process of trying to move past it. Not for that person or for anyone else. And if it's regarding a decision, this also applies. You need to move forward just for your own peace of mind, to put yourself at ease. That is the point of of acknowledging how you feel and then pushing forward, okay, pushing forward. Three of Wands, Page of Wands, looking forward is what we want to do. That's what we want to accomplish after we've acknowledged and said, okay, I'm not okay right now, and that, you know, that's just what I've been through. You know, I'm not going to blame myself. That's okay. It's okay to surrender to the feeling, and to say I'm not fine. I do have anxiety. I am depressed about this. This is frustrating. However, we gotta shoot forward. All right. I feel like you guys got the point. So we're moving on. Woo! Boom. See? Okay. So it says, trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Okay. See, I think that goes together with the take action, new moon and Aries, because I did say you need to take action, but plan. Okay. Again, Two of Cups, plan, like Two of Cups. Like, you have the decision to make. You have that relationship you need to review. But the Three of Wands says plan, strategize. Plan, strategize. Okay? And then also Two of Wands saying plan, strategize. And so I think you need some patience when it comes to whatever this decision. You need to be very patient. Take your time. See, we have time. Ooh, we have time 3 times. Okay, so 3 of these cards say time on them. So that for me is like a huge, you know, take your time with this, but make it. You know, don't take too much time. Don't sleep, okay? Don't sleep. But do not rush yourself. Make sure that you're okay with whatever decision you make. No regrets, okay? No regrets. Okay, and then we have Void. Stop. Embrace winter. The great cosmic womb. So what this definitely says to me is that you need to go deeper, okay? You need to pause. You need to sit and what embrace winter definitely says to me is going back to, you need to acknowledge that you don't feel 100% right now. You're not at your peak. You're struggling, and you know, who can blame you? You know, there's first of all, there's corona. So let's start there. There's end of year fatigue. There's a lot of big issues going on around the world. And so of course you feel this energy of depression, anxiety. You know, be honest with yourself. Embrace winter. Embrace that cold feeling. And understand that it's okay to sit in it for a while, but we're gonna trust, and you know, you have the time to move forward and make whatever decision you want to make. All right, so that's your reading for pile 1. I hope it resonated. This was a lot to take in, but yeah, that's it. We're gonna move on to pile 2. All right, pile 2, welcome to your reading. All right, so I think I kind of explained how I've put them like per deck. So we're gonna just go deck by deck and see what messages are for you. All right. I hope you guys can see all the cards. Okay. So, pile 2. Okay, pile 2. Alright. So, let's start with the most obvious. I think what stands out to me obviously is the Seven of Swords. It's actually one of the most interesting tarot cards to me personally, because if you actually look at the card itself, you have this man who's carrying these large swords, and all he has, I don't feel like he needs to carry all of those. And so what this says to me is that right now you're kind of carrying a weight and trying to escape whatever situation you're in. Also in the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords is about like feeling like you're trapped and like caged, and so you're a person who really values your freedom and being free. And so but it's very interesting to me because this usually also indicates like isolation, that self-imposed isolation. Okay, and then you have the Six of Swords, which is all about change. And so this for me, it says that like you might be moving away from that feeling of feeling trapped and isolated. And the Eight of Wands, everything's kind of moving quickly, change, action, everything is just like happening very, very quickly for you. And so it feels like you're moving away. So for group number 2, you're going to be moving away. There's going to be a mental shift in your mind. You're going to have a little bit of an epiphany, okay? And so you're going to be moving away and shifting from this energy of feeling like you're alone, like you're isolated from everyone else, okay? And then let's look at the Justice card. So for me, this definitely indicates that you are aware that like your whatever choices you make are going to they're going to come to light in reality. And so you realize that like consequences have, so you do feel like it's necessary to move away from the type of thinking that you've had, from the situation that you're in, whether, because if you are feeling trapped, then it might be a situation that's very dire, might not be a very healthy place for you to be, okay? And the Six of Wands is about like feeling that recognition, that victory, that confidence. And so I think the Six of Wands is definitely saying that once you move away from this situation, you're going to feel that sense of confidence again. And it might even say that right now you don't feel like you're getting what you deserve, essentially. And so right now you desire some kind of approval from either a person or the universe right now to say, hey, you're doing okay and you're doing a good job. But right now it's not feeling like that, but that's essentially what you want. All right, let's move on. Okay, Four of Cups reversed, Seven of Cups, the Hermit reversed, Three of Wands, the High Priestess, Two of Cups, and hold on, we don't have space. We don't have space, okay. So, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep. I'm trying to make space, guys. I don't have a big fancy table, but it's fine. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. And so the problem with this card right now is that it's reversed. And when it's reversed, it's like, you're feeling a bit uninspired. You have like a wave of sadness to you. And I think what's interesting that you got the Four of Cups in relation to the Six of Wands is that it feels like you're doing what you feel is right, in order to get that approval, to get that recognition, but you're still not even in a place where you can be elevated to that level. I'm sorry to say. But if this, like, at least from a career-wise standpoint, you're still not ready, because you're chasing that approval. You're not really doing your work with the intention of just doing the work well. It's to gain that type of approval, something, okay? So again, if it doesn't apply, then I'm not doing my job. Okay, just kidding. But it also could just mean, you're feeling a bit stagnant, you're feeling a bit stuck somewhere. I think it also brings me back to the Hermit reverse, which is that isolation. You're feeling, I have this feeling that you're someone who keeps to themselves and withdraws when you're met with conflict, withdraws when you're met with something that you dislike. You kind of go into your shell and you trap yourself, and you don't feel like you can express yourself the way that you need to. All right. And then let's see, Seven of Cups. So if you look at the, So if you look at the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups has a mask on, and so it's all about like illusions and feel like having these masks on, and so this might also indicate that you right now you feel trapped because you can't be yourself, or you feel like you can't be yourself, and so you have these big expectations to be someone who is more outgoing, to be someone who is more forthcoming with their true emotions. Because the thing is, with Seven of Cups, you could be someone who is really extroverted. You could be really extroverted and like be out there and blah blah blah. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're an introvert. When I talk about isolation, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Even when I talk about withdrawal, it could also mean that you are this extroverted person, but you're not showing your full self to people, and you're not bringing your full self. You're bringing a part of you, but you're not fully out there in terms of like what you want to show to the world. All right, and then we have the Three of Wands, which is, I think, like the Three of Wands is about like growth and moving towards, like moving beyond your comfort zone where you are. And if you hear sounds, it's like my cat tearing up a box. So I apologize for that in advance. So he's Jazzy. Hi. Okay, he stopped scratching the box. All right, so here we go. So I think the Three of Wands is definitely going to indicate more solution-oriented. Things are coming into your way. So the places where you feel trapped, where you feel like you are carrying a big load, that you're going to see something that's going to feel like a light at the end of the tunnel, that's going to bring you out of that isolation, that's going to bring you into this new thought process and thinking beyond what you, so because this could also mean that you do feel like there's no way out, but you need to think outside of the box to be able to find your solutions. Okay, and I think this ties back to the Six of Swords, because the Six of Swords is moving past, it's change, it's solution oriented card as well. And so you're going to be moving forward. You're going to be moving forward from this place. I don't know how soon, but it does say you are going to move past it. Okay, so do not fret. Do not fret. All right. And so let's move on to the high priestess. The high priestess is about like looking inward. Okay, looking inward. It's also about intuition, because when I think of high priestess and its relation to astrology, it's like the moon. Okay, it's that serenity, going into yourself, trusting your intuition. And so I think in order to get out of this situation that you're in, this situation of feeling like you can't focus on yourself, you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your intuition. That's what this is saying to me. All right, so we have the Two of Cups, which is all about harmony. It's all about like, it can also be like new relationships, but it's about partnerships. Oh, sorry. It's also about health as well. So I think the reason why we're getting these cards that are saying going to yourself and focus on self, prioritize, I think also you might also need to prioritize your own health, your own mental health at this time. I think you're gonna have to show yourself some compassion for being isolated and start to look into, why do I feel isolated? Why do I feel disconnected from the rest of the, why do I feel like I can't fully be myself and I need to escape whatever situation that I'm in? So I think you're gonna have to start asking all those big questions. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is also about change and shifts. And I think what the Wheel of Fortune really says is that when you think of a Wheel of Fortune, it goes around, and you never know what you'll land on. There's always like that 50-50 chance that it will be like a really good option or a really low option. And so I think when you think of the Wheel of Fortune, just know that you're gonna have those highs and lows. You're gonna have those times where you're feeling like, I want to give up and I don't want to keep trying to fight to be free. And I think the Wheel of Fortune is saying, look, you have a chance. You have a huge chance to break free of whatever you're feeling right now. Okay? So you have that chance, so take that chance. Why not? Like, you most of the time, hopefully, I hope that you have nothing to lose with stuff like this. Okay. All right, Jazzy. Guys, my cat is so active at night. I think everyone's cat is active at night, but Jasper's just a menace sometimes. Okay. I think this deck has like the most cards, I think pile number 2, I got like the most cards for you guys. But okay. Whew. Okay. A fiery climax approaches. So this one is like, I think full moon in Aries. When you think of Aries, it's kind of like a little bit of a harsh, straightforward energy. And so I think what this is saying is that, you're going to reach a high soon. Is that you're going to reach a point of mental, I think it's going back to the 6 of Swords, where you're going to reach an epiphany that's going to shift your mindset essentially forever. Okay, and then meditate and contemplate. Okay, we were talking about the High Priestess and how you have to go into yourself, because also Pisces energy is all about and the Pisces energy is all about intuition and all that stuff. So this is the new moon in Pisces telling you to meditate, contemplate, sit. I think once you start to get into learning about listening to yourself and taking that time to contemplate your decisions, I think you're going to find a way to get out of that trapped energy that you're in. Sorry, excuse me. And so, but the new moon in Pisces, I think, because it's so, I think it's so ingrained in like feelings and how you feel, your emotions, all that stuff. So if I were you, I would try and start to recognize more deeply how you feel rather than relying on logical situations and this is what would work logically, and start to say, you know what, I feel this way and this is why I feel, start to explore how you feel about a situation. Okay. And then sorry. Whew. All right, I've been talking for a while, so, okay, bring love into the situation. So that's the new moon in Aquarius. And so I think this is what's going to, I think bringing love into the situation also could mean that you need to start to learn how to ask for help and start to bring in the people that care about you closer to your space, being able to let them see you as you are. And also, if you need a solution to get out, this is also just about like change is coming. Think beyond what you already know. Try and expand your horizons in that way. And so that's what new moon in Aquarius says to me. And then we also, we have the full moon in Pisces. So we have Pisces again, which is intuition. So it says balance spirituality and practicality. I think that's where you get into that feeling of listening to your intuition and how this is candle wax. Okay, guys, I'm a bit of a mess today, so just excuse me. There's so balancing spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Again, don't have unrealistic expectations for yourself. Don't live in a fairy tale world where everything is perfect and great and nothing is wrong. I think it's pushing you towards being more practical and learning that your emotions can also lead to practicality. You don't always have to rely on logic, Capricorn energy. You don't always have to rely on logic, because that also stifles with your spirituality, because there's some things that you cannot explain, right? But they're there and they're real. And so I think being able to recognize that is important. All right. So we have your last two cards. So we have, let's move these over here because we don't have space, guys. We don't have space. Okay. So, Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. Okay. So what this is saying to me is that, you are protected. You can trust yourself. You can trust the people who love you. You can trust that if you get out of that shell, if you get out of that feeling, if you free yourself of whatever it is, you will be protected. Whatever situation it is, you have that energy of being protected, but you need to trust. You need to trust the universe, you need to trust yourself, trust your intuition in order to get to this. All right? Okay. Then you have star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. So this for me just says that you need to move beyond your current frequency and start to vibrate higher. And so this is definitely like if you're indulging in something that is not very good for you and you're kind of ignoring you're ignoring what's good for you, and you know that you need to get out of this situation. You know that you need to free yourself from whatever's holding you back, but you're not moving, you're not elevating yourself to that higher standard. You're not honoring your highest self. And so this is definitely saying start bathing. You know, you need to let go and free yourself from whatever situation you're in. Whew, all right. So that is your so I'm really sorry, these are extremely general, but I don't know who's watching, so you know, it's easier I did notice that it is easier for me to do like more group readings, one-on-one readings, all that stuff, because I get to it feels like more collaborative with our energies and all that stuff. And so I'm able to get very specific messages. So I hope this was specific and general enough for you to relate to. So yeah, we're gonna move on to pile number 3. All right, so pile number 3, finally. All right, so let's get into your reading. I explained that I was picking from different decks, so we're gonna go deck by deck to see what the message is for you. You're not actually in front of me, you're above me, so you. All right. Most of my clients say that I'm really goofy, so just call me like the clown tarot reader, because I'm just like full of jokes, truly. I don't know, wait, oh, I totally forgot I was doing that. Okay, so we're gonna go here first. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups, all right, and it's reversed. And so for me, this is like feeling of like abandonment and like, I don't know, I feel like this is like moving on from something is what I'm getting. And then there's the 2 of Pentacles, which focuses on like finding balance and you know, that like basically, if you look at the 2 of Pentacles, it's like he's juggling a little bit. And so you have to find the balance between something. And it seems like you're a person who has many different interests. And so, hi, Jazzy. Okay, my cat is going to keep interrupting me, it seems like. Okay, anyway. As long as he doesn't walk on the table, it's fine. So the 2 of Pentacles is just about finding balance, being able to be adaptable to situations, but also like learning how to prioritize, I think, is where this is going. All right, let's see what the next deck has for you. Okay. All right. Let's move these here and move these like this, like so, like so, and then okay, Chariot, and then we have the Artist, and we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, immediately this tells me that you're a manifester. Like, I think the reason why I'm saying that is because I immediately, like, I saw all the cards, but it immediately brought me to the Ace of Wands, which is like about like your potential, your passion, creation. And so you have the ability to create the type of life that you want if you like follow your inspiration, because you have a lot of potential, group number 3. But this, like, the artist, come on, that's just I think it's also about creating something, being creative, and in whatever field that you're in, because you can be creative in any field, even if you don't feel like you're creative. But this also shows someone who's very passionate about what they do. The only issue is that, in order to be this manifester person, you do have to set aside some distractions, okay? So we're kind of going in reverse, but it doesn't really matter. So the Chariot reverse, when it's upright, it's about like having this victory and being like kind of forthcoming and very valiant, I think is the word. But then when it's reversed, it gives me the feeling of like control and wanting to control everything. And so this definitely is saying that you need to release whatever control of whatever situations you feel like you're in. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This card, when it's reversed, gives me like waiting, idle, like stagnant energy. Like you're just stuck. Like you feel very stuck. And I think it makes sense based on the 8 of Wands reversed, because this card is about being overwhelmed. And so you might feel very stuck right now and it's overwhelming you. And so where does that go? So we see the Ace of Swords, which is about like new ideas, putting things into action, inspiration, feeling focused. And I think it comes back to the artist and the Ace of Wands, because if you're someone who needs to be inspired, needs to be an artist, needs to be passionate, then you're definitely someone who like needs to put those ideas into action. Like they can't stay idle. They can't, like, you can't sit on the ideas and then like not do anything about it essentially. And yes, it's overwhelming. It's an overwhelming feeling to feel stuck and like you don't know what to do, but you need to find that inspiration, whether it's in yourself or outside of. You need to bring that passion forward, because that's what's going to bring you the most success, I think. And that, because like when you look at the 9 of Pentacles, it's all about like fruition and like bringing things into fruition. You've been building something up, and now you're going to garner the fruits of your labor. I don't know if you guys can see these properly, but it's whatever. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles is saying that if you do want that success, if you do want to eat the fruits of your labor, you're going to have to set aside your distractions. You're going to have to create and keep creating. Find your focus and stick in it, okay? And then also what the 8 of Wands reversed also is saying is like, find a routine that works for you, okay? Because also the 9 of Pentacles is about self-discipline. And so I think you need to change your routine somewhere. You need to make some changes in how you do things. And I think that's what's gonna like skyrocket you into into being able to create either the life, the project, the whatever you're working on right now. To be able to bring it into fruition, you're going to have to make a completely new routine and focus, okay? And then you have the I never know how to say this. I think it's Aerophant, but I don't know. I might be saying, I always say it like that, but no one has corrected me, so I'm just like, okay. So it's in reverse, And I think what this card, when it's in reverse, it gives me like that feeling of structure. So you're going to have to start to really structure your life. You're going to have to move forward, I think like you're gonna have to focus and be adaptable and balance your life. And you need to move on. I think you need to kind of let go of the person that you know you are, in like in terms of like your shadow self. Like if you know that you're someone who is like more inclined to be sleeping for days on end, or listen, if you're sleeping because you're depressed, that's my heart goes out to you. But if you're someone who you know you can do better, then this reading is definitely saying you need to start to get it together, have a routine, build build those blocks to be able to succeed in this. Okay, you need a routine. You need to get it together. All right, that's what it's saying. It's not me, guys. It's oh my gosh. Sorry, my cat just knocked something over. He's just wow. Okay. All right. We're just gonna keep going, and we're gonna ignore Jasper right now because he's annoying me a little bit, but it's fine. All right. So try and move these cards around because I don't know if you guys like my phone is taped up, so I can't even really see like half of what I'm filming. So I hope you okay, cool, you can see I'm sitting back down now. So there's new moon in Taurus, and then prosperity lies ahead. And then you have the disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. All right, so this is awesome. So I think when you step out of your comfort zone, I feel like you're moving away from like your past, which is exactly what the rest of these cards are affirming, is that you need to let go of your past self, acknowledge them, love them, empathize with them, but also say, no, this is my time to move forward and build a routine and be the type of person that I want to be, which is someone who has that structure surrounding me, not too rigid, just something that keeps you grounded. Like you don't want to feel like, for example, okay, so like the designating moon, like take time to breathe out. I think it's like take some time off, because this card for me, it always relates back to like relapsing. And so you don't want to relapse. You want to get into a routine so that you don't fall back into your old habits. That's what this is saying to me. All right. And then prosperity lies ahead, which is awesome because you know that Taurus energy is all about that money, honey. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so I think what this is saying is, again, I think it points back to you being like a manifester, or someone who's able to manifest really well. Everyone can manifest, but you have like a talent to be able to bring things into fruition, into creation, and make something out of seemingly nothing. And so this is about like I think you are going to see prosperity, because like the 9 of Pentacles definitely says that you're going to see something. And then but I do feel like you are going to give some things up in order to get to this place of prosperity, and that's totally fine. Like you're gonna have to like start to ask yourself what, especially with these cards, you're gonna have to ask yourself what is not aligning for me. Like what like, am I in alignment? Is this the best thing for me? Basically, you're gonna have to question every single thing that you do. You're gonna have to look at your choices and be like, okay, every single thing that I'm doing, is it helpful for me to be doing 1, 2, 3? Is it helpful to me? Is it helpful to my future? Is it helpful for my higher self to be doing 1, 2, 3? All right, so I think that's what this is saying. All right. Yeah, so I think we have 2 more cards for you, group number 3. Okay, so we have lifting the veil and I'm sorry. So lifting the veil says, question everything, anything unaligned must go. Oh, shizness, sorry. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to cuss. Okay, so yeah, you see, okay, yeah, you see, because I was talking about like aligning, and it says anything aligning must go. That's what I was saying with the new moon in Taurus, because new moon in Taurus, you know, you'll be like, oh, prosperity, you know, wealth, all that stuff, but people don't always realize that you have to let go of some stuff in order to get to this place. And so it's a lifting the veil, lifting the veil over what you need to let go of and walk away from. 8 of Cups. There it is. Okay. And then there is the I'm sorry, defenseless, writing past wrongs, uprooting. Okay. And so what this one is saying to me is like, stop blaming yourself. You know, I think when you're in this process of walking away from the type of habits that you had, walking away, trying to get into this new energy of creating, I think it's important for you to have some compassion for yourself. Be like, don't blame yourself if you're not able to snap into it right away, if you're not able to build a routine right away. That's not how you build a routine. To build a routine, you need to start really small and start building up. And so I think that's what this card is saying, is like, when you're in this process, don't forget, like, don't neglect yourself, don't blame yourself for anything. All right, Jasper. My cat is so crazy, guys. Okay, so yeah, so that is your reading for card number 3. All right, thanks guys, thanks for joining me for my very first pick a card. I hope everything made sense. Open to any and all suggestions. Also, I don't know if you guys want to see my cat. Hi, Jazzy. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna let him just, hi. He's just like, what's going on? What's going on? You don't know. Hi. Okay, now you can get off. Okay. Bye.